Hey guys, I'm country A.C Jones. AC, how are you?
Can't tell if that's my Wi-Fi. Let's see.
Are
Oh,
you
there we go.
there?
There you are. Yes, are you there? You're breaking up on my end over here. I don't know if it's my Wi-Fi or if it's shows I've got full connection here.
Yeah, I lost you there for a second.
Let's see here. Let me see if I can switch this up here. Um, let's see here. Let's try this and okay, we'll try that and see if that works.
Okay, we got kicked out. I'm back.
Okay, cool. I switched over. We'll see. Hopefully, I can't tell if it's my Wi-Fi or if it's. I don't know if
I
it's.
I
Can you
have
hear me
no
now?
idea. I can hear you really good now. So
Okay.
tell us a little bit about how you got started in country music and everything.
Yeah, absolutely. So music was always a part of my family growing up. We just loved music of all kinds, and it was always Garth Brooks' Christmas CD, playing during Christmas and everything. And so I grew up on country music. I grew up on rock music. I grew up on everything, but country music was always a really big part of that. And um, I actually started out performing in church. That was when I first started performing, and so I started out doing praise and worship music. And throughout sort of my teenage years, I started writing praise songs and, contemporary Christian music. And that sort of transitioned into starting to write country music, which is really cool because country music has a lot of faith-based aspects to it as well. So I sort of transitioned into country music, and funny things of all funny things, for New Year's Eve one year, there was a show every year in my hometown that they did for New Year's Eve. And one year they asked us, they said, could you do something a little different? So I said, okay, well, we decided to do a Sugarland tribute band. So that was when I really sort of got introduced to the modern country world. And so I started singing Sugarland songs. And from there, the band sort of started to evolve and it became more country cover songs. And then I started throwing in my original songs. And so I just sort of worked my way into country music that way until now we're out there doing original tunes, and we've been releasing songs on the radio, and it's just been a wild ride.
So give us one of those songs that you might have sung with Sugarland as you was doing your tribute band there. Give us some of that.
Yeah, I'm trying to think oh gosh, what were some of the things that we used to do? We used to do Settlin', we used to do Everyday America, we used to do Stay, all the popular songs that they would do. We had sort of an hour and a half show that would go straight through. I wore a blonde wig, so it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. Yeah.
That sounds fun. So I hear you got a song for us. You want to
Yeah,
share that with us?
sure. So today My new single, You Wouldn't Know Me Now, was just released. And this is a song of empowerment. It's a song of finding yourself again through the midst of losing yourself at a point in time. And for me in my life, there was a time where I felt like I had sort of lost who I was. And this song came during that healing process. And so I'm so excited to share it with you guys today. This is called You Wouldn't Know Me Now. I don't need you to tell me who I am. I can stand on my own 2 feet without you holding my hand. I don't need you to give me the words to say. I got my own voice to raise. You want to know me now. You thought you knew me then, but I finally found the way to be myself again. I'm done with being small. I'm tired of feeling down. Oh, 'cause all this mess you left me, well, I'm digging my way out. You wouldn't know me now. I can make my own decisions. I'm a woman, not a child. I can choose my own direction. Oh no, it took a while. You want to know me now. You thought you knew me then, but I finally found the way to be myself again. I'm done with being small. I'm tired of feeling down. Oh, 'cause all this mess you left me, well, I'm digging my way out. You want to know me now. There's no looking back, there's no turning around. For all you tried to change me, yes, you did somehow. 'Cause you wouldn't know me now. You wouldn't know me now. You thought you knew me then, but I finally found the way to be myself again. I'm done with being small. I'm tired of feeling down. Oh, 'cause all this mess you left me, well, I'm digging my way out. You wouldn't know me now. You wouldn't know me now. You wouldn't know me now.
So we have a good buddy of mine that's watching us on Facebook Live, and he said, "Awesome job, A.C Jones. Great single."
Oh, thank you so much, Danny. Appreciate it. Thank
And
you.
he is a great talented gospel singer. And I tell you
Oh, that's
what, he does
awesome.
a lot of great music. And I know you're familiar with Gordon Mote. He produced his project.
Oh, that's
So
awesome. Yeah, that is
so he
awesome. Well, thank you, Danny.
but I tell you, I have enjoyed that song. So tell us a little bit about the story behind that song.
Yeah, absolutely. Um, so as I sort of briefly mentioned, there was just a time in my life where I felt like I lost myself a little bit. And it was this process of trying to regain who I was again, figuring out, gosh, even things like what I liked, what kinds of, goals I had in life. It was just all very confusing. And I was going through that healing process at the same time that this song was written. And I got together with two co-writers, Billy Atherholt and Pete Manny. And I'd never met these two guys before. We were set up by a mutual contact to write. And so I came into the write, not knowing who these two people were. And we sat down, and just like any co-write, I always have this big notebook that I bring along with me of just 40 to 50 different song titles so that we could get started with something. And so I sat down, and immediately, after all the sort of introductions were done, I started flipping through my notebook and I started reading off some of my titles. And Billy told me, he goes, you know what? Let's put away the notebook for a second and let's just talk. And so we started chatting and just basic things at first, where are you from? What's going on in life? and then the conversation got deeper and deeper. And I started to really just express what I was feeling at that moment and the healing process that I was going through. And, you know, I was very emotional about it. And Billy said, you know what, why don't we write about that? Because that's something you're feeling right now. And that's raw for you and real in the moment. So we started writing about that. And Pete just sort of played this really cool finger picking pattern on the guitar. And Billy said, just start expressing yourself. Just start letting it out. And just don't worry about rhyming. Don't worry about making them into pretty lyrics or melody or anything. Just talk. And so we did that. And then we formulated those into lyrics. And when we got to the end of the chorus, where the hook and title should be, we kind of hesitated because we didn't pick anything yet. And I remember at that moment I said, you know what, I think I have something. And You Wouldn't Know Me Now was one of the top titles in my notebook. And so we agreed that that fit the song really well, and we threw that in, and we had the tune. So it was a great experience. Really different from any co-writing session I've been in before.
So did writing that song help you through that situation better, or?
Yeah, I think for me, music is very healing. It's very. I have a hard time sometimes, I think, processing with emotions, you know, and you kind of work through that process. But when you can sit down and write a song, it's about putting that on paper, and it's about actually working through those emotions and defining what they are. Because sometimes you can feel a certain way but not be able to define where that's coming from. And so with this song, just getting to express myself, it really helped me figure out what things were holding me back and what things I needed to overcome and what things I needed to focus on for the future. So it was definitely a helpful thing in the process of my healing.
So take us back to the first time that A.C. Jones stepped on the stage singing country music. What would
Oh
that be
goodness.
like?
Oh goodness. So that would have been singing country music would have been with that Sugarland tribute band. And yeah, it was exciting. We had the whole show very well choreographed and programmed. And it was just exciting. I've always loved the stage. I've always enjoyed that. And then when the blonde wig came off, it was a completely different experience because I was getting to be myself and I was getting to express my own music. And it was just, I don't know, the stage feels like home. And so it does. It feels kind of like coming home, getting to step out on that stage and sing country music.
You know, I can't help but think about Diamond Dixie was on the show the other day, and they were talking about
Oh
Hannah
yeah.
Montana.
Oh yeah.
And you're sitting there talking about a blonde wig and taking it off.
Right.
And, you know, that's how she did in the show, you know, when it
Exactly.
was when it was Miley Cyrus at one point in the show, and then she would become Hannah Montana.
Right.
So I just had to think about that there for a minute. I was like, hey, she's living the life right there, the best of both worlds.
Yep. My friends used to joke around about that too. They'd be like, "Oh, there we go, Hannah Montana, huh?" I'm like, yep, got the wig and everything.
So share with us about a funny stage memory that will always stick with you.
Oh my goodness. Oh, there's so many funny things. So many funny things that happen. From near misses on falling down in heels on stage. You know, haven't fallen down yet. I've tripped, but I've caught myself. But I think this is more, I guess, crazy, just in general. I guess it's just a wild story. We were playing a fair up in Wisconsin, and it was a really interesting stage. It was kind of like a cornucopia. There was a big tent that came up behind us like a cone. So we couldn't see what was behind us, but we could see what was in front of us. And I was supposed to sing the national anthem at the end of our set, and then they were going to shoot off fireworks. And so we've got these in-ear monitors in. And so I walk up and I go to sing God Bless America a cappella, and I start singing. And like partway through a couple of lines, I just start hearing this sound. I'm like, well, it's a fair. There's a lot of noise going on. Just try and keep your note, you know, try and push that note out of your head so you don't go off key. And so I'm singing. And then all of a sudden I feel this tap on my shoulder, very urgent tap. And I turn and I look, and it's my keyboard player, who's my sister also. And she's looking at me urgent, like, come on, get out. Turns out that was a tornado siren. And so in front of us, it looked really great, but behind us, the weather was awful. And so, you know, I pull out my in-ears and we run down the stage and we're trying to find shelter and everything. I can laugh at, laughing at it looking back now, but the moment is a little scary. But everyone was fine. Everything was good. but one of those the show must go on kind of things. Just trying to push through. Yeah.
So what about a memorable moment that will always stick with you?
Oh, oh goodness. Wow. So many of those too. Um, you know, I got to a couple years ago, I got to open for the Oak Ridge Boys out in Iowa and at the Mighty Howard County Fair. And that was really cool because sometimes as an opening act, like sometimes I get to meet the people, sometimes I don't. It just depends on the venue and how things are being worked during the day. But I actually got to spend some time with the guys from the Oak Ridge Boys, and we got to talk for a little while. And right before I went on stage, one of them pulled me aside, and I won't say what he said, but he gave me just a word of encouragement right before I went up on stage. And it was such an amazing and just heartwarming moment for me. And it's something I'll always remember. It's something I'll always think about. And, one of those things that if ever in life I would get to the point where someone would be opening for me, like I'd want to give that same encouragement to that person walking out on stage. It just was so meaningful to me.
So share with us if there was ever one piece of advice that you've been given during this time of being in country music, what would be that one piece that has really just helped you along the way?
Yeah. It's going to sound extremely cliche. It's going to sound really cliche, but it's true. And that is the whole, it's be yourself. It's very easy to sort of fall into this idea of I have to try and sound like this, or I have to try and write music like this, or make my song sound like this. But the best thing that you can do in country music is just be true to who you are. Let your own heart, let your own music shine through. And when you are yourself, there's nobody else who can imitate that because everybody is unique in their style. And every person has something to bring to the table that is different. And so if you are just totally being yourself, then you're going to stand out because nobody is like you out there.
David Childers is telling you hello.
Hi, Dave. Hi, Dave. How are you? Good to see you. Good to see you.
So what would be some of your earliest influences in country music that really just helped you be who you are today?
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely all the ladies of the 90s country music scene. We've got, Faith Hill and Jody Messina, Martina McBride, Sarah Evans, Reba, all of them. I mean, those were the songs that I grew up with. Those are the songs that I love to sing at the top of my lungs. Shania, oh, can't forget her. So all those ladies of the 90s and just the storytellers that they were. Their music is just full of storytelling. And so not only that, but also Garth Brooks was a really big one in my family as well. Big storyteller there too. I enjoy a song with a story for sure. So they definitely influenced me.
Yeah, I tell you what, there ain't nothing like Garth Brooks, is it?
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Amazing.
So share with us what's coming up for A.C Jones in 2021.
Yeah. So, 2020, of course, was kind of a crazy year. Wasn't quite what any of us expected. But we made it through. And, this year, we're kind of, my team and I, when I say we, my team and I, we're trying to figure out how to navigate this next year because things are still a little bit questionable as where things are going to go. But we're starting to look at outdoor gigs, maybe trying to put together a, protocol safe tour to be able to do this summer. And so I'm looking forward to hopefully getting back out there on the road a little bit, getting to perform, releasing new music. I've been working on a lot of things. I've been writing a lot. So trying to get some more music out there as well. And just trying to get back into things, into a little bit more normalcy as we proceed forward in 2021.
You're getting some great compliments here.
Oh, hey guys.
David Childers said you are an awesome talent and a great voice and songwriter.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Melissa says hello. Let's see. Marlene Allen said it's good to see you today.
Hey, good to see you too.
Danny says he has a song for you that he would like to share with you.
Awesome.
And you can tell him how to do that, or you can reach out to him on Facebook.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
And he said he is enjoying the interview. So we are doing good here.
Thank you, Danny. Thank you.
So, what about? I mean, we're talking about great country music here, and I had Rhonda Vincent on the show the other day, and
Oh,
she was talking about her being inducted into the Grand Ole Opry. And I believe that's every country music singer's dream to be able to be inducted. So, what would be the dream for AC Jones? What do you want to achieve in 2021?
oh gosh. In 2021, whew, that's putting a quick timeline on it. 2021, I will say, I'll say overall, the ultimate goal um, is the Opry, to be able to step on the Opry stage. That is the ultimate goal in my country music career. There is nothing like that stage, and there's nothing like the history that's behind it, and just being in the presence of all the greats in that place and stepping in that circle. Um, I can't imagine anything better. That's like peak right there. um, not sure if that would be a 2021 thing, but definitely an ultimate goal. And then for me in 2021, I think I would love to try and get another song out there on radio. And I would love to just really just get back out there and see people again, get to play some shows. I'm missing everybody out on the road. Really missing everybody.
So, favorite show you performed so far?
Ooh, oh, that's so hard because they're all so different. Um, oh, gosh, I've had so many fun shows that I've gotten to play and so many incredible venues. There was something really memorable. We played the Minnesota State Fair, it's a huge, huge fair. We had a great time there. But it was so funny because every single day that we performed, it rained. And not just rained, I think the one day there was hail. The weather was awful. But what was amazing about that show is that I was standing there and I was about to sing one of my songs, Mr. Moon, and everyone had sort of gathered to the front of the stage because there was a little overhang over the stage. So if they got close enough to the stage, they were dry. And so people just gathered up so close to the stage and it was pouring down rain, but people were still out there dancing and singing along. And that was so memorable because it's just like that is what music is about. It's about bringing people together, rain or shine, and just being up close and personal like that. And so that's something I'll always remember.
So, fill in the sentence. Music is.
Oh, the deepest form of communication. I think music can be very telling about somebody. I think that asking somebody what their favorite song is at the time can tell you a lot about what they're going through maybe in life. And I always love to ask people, when I'm getting to know somebody, it's like, what are some of your favorite songs? Because and when did you like those songs? At what point in your life did you like those songs? Because to me, music is a very living and breathing thing. There might be a song that doesn't, I enjoy it, but it doesn't have a deep meaning to me today. But a year from now, I could listen to it and it could hit me right where I am. And that's the beautiful thing about music to me.
So, being a songwriter like you are, what really intrigues you to write?
hmm I I write very much based on emotion and how I'm feeling. So sometimes just be going through the house and maybe a lyric or two will pop into my head, a thought will pop into my head, or I'll just kind of hum a melody that sort of gets stuck in my head. So sometimes it's just based solely on emotion. Sometimes I've had songs where someone said something really creative and or have just said something in passing, and I'm like, oh, that would make a good song. Let me try writing something around that. And so it varies a lot for me, but it's definitely most of the time emotionally driven.
You know, Danny's saying here, writing can be very therapeutic to the writer, the performer, and the listener. So, when
Yeah,
you was performing your new single earlier, what is one message that you hope listeners can convey through listening to your song?
yeah. I I just I hope with the message of that song that people will be reminded that they are enough. You are enough just the way you are, and there is beauty in being recklessly you.
Well,
Always.
I hear you got another song for us, so I'm going to disappear here and I'm going to let you do your
Yeah,
thing.
sure. So I'll tell a little bit about the song here as I tune up. So this was my latest radio single that I released back in, actually, oh gosh, it might be almost a year ago here now. This is called Castle. And this song was inspired by my 6-year-old niece. Oh, actually, she's 7 now. Sorry. My 7-year-old niece. She has type 1 diabetes, Hashimoto's, and celiac disease. And, she's just a little warrior. She battles those things every day, and she does it with a smile on her face. And I always say I want to grow up to be as strong as she is. And so for a while, I wanted to write a song that was inspired by her strength, but I had a hard time finding the words for it. And one day as I was sort of thinking about her, this thing popped into my head because she has this little battle cry that she'll scream, "I'm a warrior princess" at the top of her lungs. And that really hit me. And so it made me think, in order to write the song, it's got to be something that she can relate to and that would be on her mindset and level. And so I thought about a warrior princess. I thought about castles. I thought about fighting like a queen. And so this song I wrote with Sean Giovanni, Benji Harrison, Carl Miner. And so this is Castle, everybody. Long time ago in a land far away, there lived a princess of beauty and grace. 7 years old when the hand-me-down doll, but the world was her kingdom and she ruled it all. Staring at models in teen magazine, picture perfection that she couldn't be, but nothing could break her, no, she'd never fall, 'cause she knows in her heart she's the fairest of all. She'll stand tall, hold the line, as she builds up her kingdom one stone at a time. Yeah, she'll fight for her crown, 'cause this is her castle, you can't bring it down. 29 years came and went in a day. Her dreams could be close, so far away, but she knows the journey is part of the dream. So she marches on with the strength of a queen. She'll stand tall, hold the line, as she builds up her kingdom one stone at a time. Yeah, she'll fight for her crown, 'cause this is her castle, you can't bring it down. Ooh. Now she's a mother with a girl of her own. She reads her the story she loved long ago. She's building a fortress with 50-foot walls, so she won't need a white knight to save her at all. No, she won't. She'll stand tall, hold the line, as she builds up a kingdom one stone at a time. Yeah, she'll fight for her crown, 'cause this is her castle, you can't bring it down. This is your castle, they can't bring it down.
Wow, what a beautiful song. I tell
Thank
you
you
what,
so
that
much.
was great.
Thank
David
you.
says, great song.
Thank you, David. Thank you. Appreciate that.
So I want to encourage our viewers before we close out this interview that they can go to A.C Jones Music to find out more about what you're doing and where you're going to be and purchase your product. Is there anything else you would like to add?
No, just you can go to the website, acjonesmusic.com. All the information will be listed there. You can find me at AC Jones Music across all social media platforms. And go check out my new single. It just dropped today. You Wouldn't Know Me Now. It's on all of your favorite streaming services, Spotify, Apple Music, iTunes, and the like. Yeah.
Well, AC, it has been fun. I have
Thank
enjoyed
you.
you, and thank you for coming on.
Thank you so much, Andrew. I really appreciate you having me on the show today.
Well, you be blessed, and we'll have you back again sometime soon.
Sounds great. Thank you.
All right.